हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा गैया मातन चुनैया गैया माखन चुनैया दीनों की तुम मैया हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा गोविंद मेरो है गोपाल मेरो है गोविंद मेरो है गोपाल मेरो है श्री बांके बिहारी नंदलाल मेरो है श्री बांके बिहारी नंदलाल मेरो है गोविंद मेरो है गोपाल मेरो है गोविंद मेरो है गोपाल मेरो है श्री बांके बिहारी नंदलाल मेरो है गोविंद मेरो है गोपाल मेरो है श्री बांके बिहारी नंदलाल मेरो है श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा तुमसे है डरती तुमसे अग्नि पवन और सातों समुंदर हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा गोविंद बोलो है गोपाल बोलो है गोविंद मेरो है गोपाल मेरो है श्री बांके बिहारी नंदलाल मेरो है श्री बांके बिहारी नंदलाल मेरो है श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा हरे कृष्ण माता जी
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you so much, Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण थैंक यू माता
Thank you. So let's begin with our prayers. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Katavayam Dadati Swapadantikam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Today we have to do Raghunath Bhatta Goswami. We finished all the other 5 Goswamis. This was pending last session, so we'll learn about Raghunath Bhatta Goswami. He was one of the youngest Goswamis. He was also very fortunate. He met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when he was a little child. And is fortunate also because he belongs to a Vaishnava family. He was already born into a nice, beautiful Vaishnava family. His father is Tapan Mishra. You must have heard about him, Tapan Mishra, because Tapan Mishra is a very close associate of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. His mention is there in, even if you have not read the whole of Chaitanya Charitamrita, we hear about Tapan Mishra a lot. And this Tapan Mishra exactly, he used to get dreams, he used to contemplate more than his thoughts, and his meditation would be on what is the purpose of life, what is the goal of life. He wanted to know more about that. So when he got dream, one day he got a dream where the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Supreme Lord himself told him, he saw a Brahmana, and he said, you go to this person, Nimai Pandit, go there, and he will actually reveal to you the goal of life. He's capable of answering all the questions. Just go to Mayapur and speak to Nimai Pandit. Nimai Pandit, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was not yet a sannyasi. He hadn't taken sannyasa yet. He was just as a grihastha, living in a family life. So he went there. At that time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Nimai Pandit was taking a class. He was a scholar very early in his life. So he was running a school, Sanskrit class he was taking. All the boys were there and he was giving instructions. When Tapan Mishra approached him, he gave him one instruction. He said, chant the holy name. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. He said, you chant the holy name. When he asked about the goal of life, this is the instruction he gave him. Then he said, by chanting, all the truths can be understood. The holy name will actually reveal everything. So you do that. He also tells him the name and the owner of that name, they are non-different. So you just have to do that. Sadhya and the sadhana, both are same. So he gets this instruction, and then he wants to accompany him. He says, can I come with you to Navadvip? He says, no, you go back to Varanasi. I will meet you there one day. Uh, Actually, Nimai Pandit is the Lord himself. So he knows one day he'll go to Varanasi, and then by then probably would have taken sannyasa also. He takes sannyasa because, when you're a sannyasi, people take you more seriously. They pay more respects and they hear you with more attention. And, for that sake, he had to take. Otherwise, there was no need. Then let's go ahead. Now, what happens? He goes back to, Tapan Mishra goes back to Varanasi, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is in the Grihastha. Now, this is Raghunath Bhatt Goswami only. So, after few years, what happens? So many years go by, after he meets Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. One day, he's at this, in Varanasi, he's at this Manikarnika Ghat. When he's there, this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, after accepting sannyasa, he's traveling, his mother tells him to stay at Jagannath Puri. That's why he's there. He stays there for a few months. And then when he's going to Vrindavan through Jharkhand forest, he goes to Kashi. In Kashi, when he's taking a bath, in the Manikarnika Ghat, he says, Hari, Hari, takes Krishna's name. So Tapan Mishra is very, very surprised. It's like, he's astonished actually, because that place is full of Mayavadi community. The people who live there are mostly Mayavadis. They usually don't say Hari Hari. So he's very surprised who this is. If he comes out and he finds that person, he is kind of surprised to see him be like that, because he's in the sannyasi attire. And but he recognizes him. He knows this is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Immediately he goes and offers his obeisances, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is so happy. He picks him up and hugs him, embraces him. And then Tapan Mishra says, you must visit my house. Please come, please come. He'll take him home. And then he and his wife, they wash his feet, they drink the water. They are so woven with happiness. They can't believe that, um, he's there at their house. They're so happy to serve him. They cook nicely and feed him also. Then they have a son named Raghunath Bhatt. So that little boy is also imitating the parents. He is also serving the Lord. He is also with them, and he goes so close to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He actually takes him up, picks him up in his arms. How fortunate is this boy? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is picking up in his arms, and he sits next to him, and he eats his remnants, and he has very intimate relationship there. It's very nice to have such close relationship with the Prabhu himself. Then he also massages his feet after the meal. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is relaxing, this little boy is massaging his feet. He's very happy to do that service. Okay, let's read this. Can someone read this, please? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Can I read, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji.
By the order of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he remained a lifelong brahmachari. Services, constant chanting of Hare Krishna and reading Srimad Bhagavatam. In Jagannath Puri, Raghunatha satisfied Lord Gauranga by his exceptional cooking and Kirtana performances, which won him the title Kirtan Acharya. When he came to Vrindavana, the Vaishnavas, including Sri Rupa and Sanatan Goswami, would regularly listen to his singing of Bhagavad shlokas in 4 tunes as sweet as a cuckoo. His recitation was unparalleled. Even Vyasdeva enjoyed it. He fulfilled Lord Chaitanya's order to preach the glories and unparalleled significance of the Grantharaja Srimad Bhagavatam. His tears of pure love of Radha Govinda would wet the pages. Raghunath Bhatta was so absorbed in Krishna Katha that he never heard or spoke worldly topics. What to speak of criticizing devotees? He believed that all Vaishnavas are sincerely serving the Lord according to their realization, and therefore one should overlook their faults. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. So this is about Raghunath Bhatt Goswami, how he followed his instructions, and he asked him to become stay as a brahmachari, not to get married. So now what happens is, now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is in Tapan Mishra's house. Everybody is very happy. They are serving him, and all the, there is Chandrasekhara Acharya also. And this boy is so much attached to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu right now. After 10 days, when he's leaving, the boy can't bear the separation. He's very sad. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu takes him on his lap, and then he tells him, you stay with your parents, sir, and you do visit me at Puri. Then the boy is very happy that one day he can visit him in Patpuri. So imagine the attachment and the attraction Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had. Everybody was attracted to him, not just because he was very beautiful, but the moment they saw him, they wanted to chant. He was like that. So that was the actually goal of his appearance here. He wanted to distribute Krishna Prema. There were so many people who became Vaishnavas. Even Mayavadis became Vaishnavas. Now here what happens? Raghunath Bhatt Goswami, now he is growing up. While he's growing up, he learns everything very fast. He picks up grammar, poems, and scriptures, and everything. He studies very nicely. And then when he also serves his parents. Very obedient son. Very beautiful relationship he has with his parents also. When he grows up, little bigger he is, old enough, his father will tell him, you can go to Puri and take darshan of Gauranga. Father only tells him, go. So such a lovely family. So Raghunath is very happy. His joy knew no bounds. They say, no, it's like that. Because father himself is asking him to go. He doesn't have to worry. So mother, what she does, she's also happy that he's going to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. She'll cook a lot of nice, yummy snacks. She'll make a lot of food and she'll pack it in a basket. Nicely she'll pack it and she'll say, please offer this to Gauranga Mahaprabhu. And then she says, serve him nicely, and they both very happily send him. So he takes all that with their blessing and permission. He lives happily, and he also goes with a servant. He travels with a servant, actually, not alone. So he starts to Puri. On the way, he meets Ramdas also. So can someone read this? Hare Krishna.
Shall I, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. By the order of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he remained a lifelong brahmachari. Services, constant chanting of Hare Krishna and reading Srimad Bhagavatam. In Jagannatha Puri, Raghunatha satisfied Lord Gauranga by his exceptional cooking and kirtana performances, which won him the title Kirtana Acharya. When he came to Vrindavana, the Vaishnavas, including Sri Rupa and Sanatana Goswamis, would regularly listen to his singing of Bhagavata shlokas in 4 tunes as sweet as a cuckoo. His recitation was unparalleled. Even Vyasadeva enjoyed it. He fulfilled Lord Chaitanya's order to preach the glories and unparalleled significance of the Grantha Raja Srimad Bhagavatam. His tears of pure love for Radha Govinda would wet the pages. Raghunatha Bhatta was so absorbed in Krishna Katha that he never heard or spoke worldly topics, what to speak of criticizing devotees. He believed that all Vaishnavas are sincerely serving the Lord according to their realization, and therefore one should overlook their faults. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. So finally, what happens? Now he takes all the snacks and food that his mother gave. This is all instructions he got from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and how he lived as a brahmachari. He also goes and serves Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami. That's given in this slide. So now he takes all the snacks and goes to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He met him long back. It has been like so many years. So when he actually reaches Jagannath Puri, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu immediately recognizes him. He embraces him and he calls him by his name. He's very surprised. He can't believe it. How he thinks probably he forgot me. I will have to go and introduce myself and say, I was that boy who served you. He's thinking all this, but when he sees that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has not forgotten him, there is tears in his eyes, and then he says, "How kind are you that you remember a person like me?" Because Prabhu meets so many people. Mahaprabhu meets a lot of people in his life, so he remembers this little boy. Then he says, "Oh Raghunatha, I will never forget your parents and you, not in this life, in life after life after life, never I'll forget, because they took care of me with so much affection, they fed me so nicely. How can I repay that? It speaks very nicely. And then, but the person who is with him he has his own desires. He's not yet so pure. So Raghunath gets more attention than that person who was with him. So that's mentioned actually. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally makes arrangement for his accommodation, and then he takes food cooked by him sometimes. And we can see that Raghunath Bhatt was an excellent cook. He enjoyed his preparations. Then he stays there for 8 months with Prabhu, and then he says, now you go back to Kashi, be with your family, but make sure you don't marry and serve your parents and read Bhagavata to all the Vaishnavas. He gives all these instructions, and then he gives his own garland. He says, take my garland. And then also he gives him prasad, Jagannath Puri prasad. Give this to your parents. Such personal attention he gets from Mahaprabhu. He takes all this, and he's again very sad to separate from him. And he feels it's given that he felt intense pangs of separation. That's how it is. The one relationship we have, which is really, really genuine, is with Krishna only. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is none other than Krishna. So he feels separation, but he reaches Kashi, goes meets his parents, and again he'll be back. Then again, this time he'll tell him, go to Vrindavan, you'll have to assist Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami. And then this time he'll give him garland from Jagannath himself. He'll give that garland. And then that was like 7 yards long. And then he also gives him prasada, and he embraces him and sends him very nicely. Then when he arrives in Vrindavan, he is welcomed with a lot of joy. Sanatana Goswami and Rupa Goswami greet him with so much affection. They treat him like their own brother. Okay. Let someone read this, please. Hare Krishna.
Shall I read, Mataji?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. He was a scholar in all subjects, although he didn't write any books like the other Goswamis. Raghunath Bhatt Goswami learned everything simply by hearing Shastras. Fearing that Muslims might desecrate Raghunath Bhatt Goswami's sacred form, Sri Jiva Goswami had his body burned. The ashes were placed in 2 samadhis, one in Radha Kund, another in the 64 samadhis area. In Radha Govindaji's Nitya Leela, he serves as Rasa or Raga Manjari, one of Sri Radha's Ashtamanjaris. He was born in Saka 1427 in the month of Ashwin on the 12th day of the bright fortnight. He left this world in Shaka 1501 in the month of Jyeshtha on the 10th day of the bright fortnight. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. He lived for 74 years. The long life. 74 is good. Because, they don't waste 1 minute also. It's like that. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was barely there for like 40 something. But here we see that all these Goswamis, day and night, they barely slept. They were not even worried about their comfort or food or whatever. They just wanted to serve Krishna and follow all the instructions given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then what happens? He comes to Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami. He's reading Bhagavatam to them, and sometimes when he's reading, his eyes are filled with tears. He can't continue further when he's reading, because of the overwhelmed the bhakti and devotion that he feels for the Lord. He's choked up. And then it's also given that his voice was very sweet. Raghunath Bhatt Goswami's voice was very beautiful. And then he also used to sing all the shlokas in different musical tunes. He could read them in 4 different musical tunes. And all this was very pleasing to the devotees who heard all this. And then he was worshipping Govinda Dev. That's given. What else is there about him? And then whenever he was chanting and meditating, he used to keep the garland that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave him with him all the time. So that was very dear to him, more dear than anything. So they all treasured whatever Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave them. They treasure that. They, it becomes very dear to them. They keep it very safely, and while chanting also they have it around them. So, and then he never wanted to criticize anybody. He neither spoke ill about anyone or heard anything negative about anyone, because 24 hours all he was doing was worshipping the Lord. So he was more interested in discussing the pastimes of Krishna, nothing else. And his name is given, he is actually Manjari, Rasa Manjari or Raga Manjari. And these are all personal associates of Krishna. They're all part of his intimate pastimes, Radha Krishna pastimes in Golok Vrindavan. So we saw this. Now we finished this PPT. So that's all the important points to know about Raghunath Bhatt Goswami. And then when he was narrating Bhagavatam, it says Vasudev himself wanted to hear. It was like that. So beautifully, it's given like that, very nicely used to narrate the incidents in Bhagavat and sing, and his preparations, food preparations also. He was a very good cook, excellent cook. So let's see, we finish this. So Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. We pay obeisances to these Goswamis, and they are very merciful. Through them, we can actually attain Radha Krishna. So now I will do one thing. I will stop this, and then let us go to Pancha tattva PPT, because we have time. We can start Pancha tattva. We say Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Srivasadi, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Every time we say that, right? We'll learn about them. Who are them? Let's find out. Who are they? Okay, 1 second. I will share the PPT. Just a minute. Okay. Okay. Pancha tattva. Okay, let's read this. Pancha tattva. The word Pancha tattva literally means 5 elements of life. Pancha means 5. Tattvas means elements in Sanskrit. Everything on this planet consists of 5 basic elements, which are also referred to as Pancha Mahabhuta. These elements of tattvas are Akash, Vayu, Jal, Agni, Prithvi. That is earth, water, air, fire, and sky or space. So in this universe, everything from any animate or inanimate object is composed of a mixture of these elements. In fact, these elements are responsible for the existence of each and everything that we see, feel, smell, eat, hear, and even experience. So now we came to know about that meaning. Now we'll see who are Panchatattva. Lord Krishna enjoys by manifesting himself as the spiritual masters, the devotees, the diverse energies, the incarnations, and the plenary portions in the form of the Panchatattva as given below. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, that is Gauranga Mahaprabhu, and then Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita, Gadadhar Pandit, Srivasa. I offer my obeisances, respectful obeisances unto the spiritual masters, the devotees of the Lord's incarnations, his plenary portions, his energies, and the primeval Lord himself, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Spiritually, there are no differences between these five tattvas, for on the transcendental platform, everything is absolute. So, the spiritual masters are as good as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We sing this in the morning also. Sakshadhari tveta samasta shastre uktastata bhavyata eva sadhi. You attend the 4:30 Mangalarti, we sing this. So that means, we consider these acharyas, spiritual masters, to be as good as Krishna himself. So all the instructions that come from them are as good as, coming from Krishna. So if somebody thinks they are just ordinary people, then they are doomed. So it is given like that, Chaitanya Charitamrita also says that, and Bhagavatam also says not to take spiritual master as a normal person. And Nityananda Prabhu is Adi Guru, that is none other than Balram. And then we have Advaita Acharya. Advaita Acharya is the combined incarnation of Mahavishnu and Sadashiv. And then Gadadhar Pandit is Radharani, and Srivasa is Narada Muni. So they are all expansions of Krishna only. We can see humility in them, and they were perfect Vaishnavas. With sincere service to Lord Krishna and to these acharyas, we can actually get Krishna's mercy. So this is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is none other than Radha Krishna, himself. Is Krishna himself. But there is no difference between Radha and Krishna. She's just the female counterpart, internal potency of the Lord. So he showed this form to Ramanand Rai. So you can see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna and Radha, combination of Radha and Krishna. You can see his mood was such that he wanted to understand, Radha's love for Krishna. So when he met Ramanand Rai, he asks him, there's some conversation between them, and he asks him several questions. One of the questions is, what is the highest goal of life? And Ramanand Rai answers all his questions one by one and says, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu encourages him. He says, go higher than that, go higher than, come on. So as he starts answering, finally, he'll come to the correct answer. He says the highest goal is to be part of the intimate pastimes of the Lord, of Radharani and Krishna, that is the topmost relationship we can have with Radha and Krishna, being part of those pastimes. Because nobody is allowed there, they are very, very, very top, highest devotees, topmost devotees, and Radharani is the topmost of all the devotees. So he says, that is the highest goal, and that is the highest blessing a person can get. And Mahaprabhu is very happy. About Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we learn about him. One by one we learn. We learn about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then Advaita Acharya, then Nityananda Prabhu, then Gadadhar Pandit, Srivasa. So first we'll do Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Can someone read this, please? Hare Krishna.
I'll read, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
About Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, born Vishwambar Mishra, is considered to be the combined avatar of Radha and Krishna by his disciples and various scriptures. Chaitanya means one who is conscious. Maha means great. And Prabhu means Lord or Master. The loving affairs of Sri Radha and Krishna are transcendental manifestations of the Lord's internal pleasure-giving potency. Although Radha and Krishna are one in their identity, they separated themselves eternally. Now, these two transcendental identities have again united in the form of Sri Krishna Chaitanya. I bow down to him who has manifested himself with the sentiment and complexion of Srimati Radharani, although he is Krishna himself. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. In Bhagavad Gita and in Mahabharata and all, we can see Krishna is very different, right? He is like very opulent, and he himself gives a lot of instructions. He says, "Manmana bhava mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mam evaishyati yuktvaibam atmanam mat parayanaha." He says, engage your mind in thinking about me, become my devotee, offer obeisances unto me, worship me, and then definitely, once you are absorbed in me, you'll surely come to me. He'll give all these instructions. But here, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not giving any strict rules. He says just chant. He's freely distributing Krishna Prema. You can fall in love with Krishna, like the tears will flow down and people start chanting so easily. He's like that, very merciful incarnation. He had several reasons why he appeared. His external reason is that he wanted to spread the Sankirtan movement, because in Kali Yuga nothing else will work. All the rituals and sacrifices and all the kind of austerities, those are not easy to perform also in Kali Yuga for all these disturbed people. So he wanted to spread this Harinam Sankirtan. That was one of the reasons. And internal reason is he wanted to fulfill the desire of Advaita Acharya, because during Advaita Acharya's time, people were not so serious about devotional service. They were not even chanting. They were very materialistic, and it was bothering him. He was like, what is the society become? What has happened to us? So he wanted Krishna to come personally. So he used to pray to him intensely. We used to loudly say, when we pray very quietly, right? We fold our hands and pray quietly. But Advaita Acharya was so intensely praying, offering Gangajal, Tulsi leaves to the Saligram Shila. He used to loudly tell, "Oh Krishna, please appear, please descend." He used to call him, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came. And then he also wanted to experience the sweetness of Radharani's love. So that was one of the reasons to know. He wanted to find out what is so special about himself. Why is Radharani so much, so attached, so much love she shows. So these were the reasons about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this is Advaita Acharya. He wanted everybody to be doing devotional service, because whatever we do, good activities or bad activities, we call them bad activities, good activities. But according to Advaita Acharya, if we are not doing anything for Krishna, then whatever we are doing, if it is not somehow connected to Krishna, then that is sinful activity. That's how it is. People are so disinterested in devotional service. So he was like, how do I engage these materialistic people in Krishna's service? So that was his intense prayer to the Lord. Okay.
Shall I continue, Mataji?
You can sing this, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Mataji. You can read this.
Krishna Varnam Tvishakshanam.
Krishnam
Yeah.
only.
Yes.
Krishnam.
Tvishakshanam. Yeah. Sangopangastra Parshadam Yagnai Sankirtana Praye Yajanti Hisu Medashaha. In the age of Kali, intelligent persons perform congregational chanting to worship the incarnation of Godhead, who constantly sings the names of Krishna. Although his complexion is not blackish, he is Krishna himself. He is accompanied by his associates, servants, weapons, and confidential companions. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. And this is from Bhagavatam, Mataji, from 11th canto. So Bhagavatam also is giving us this information that Lord will appear like this. And all the demigods, Jiva Goswami says, all the demigods also were with him. actually, in the form of devotees. They were surrounding him. So the moment you see, Lord, actually, Krishna, whenever he appears in different incarnations, he has some weapon he uses. Right? All his different incarnations also we read some time back. But only in this one, he's come as himself, like Krishna. He is not lifting any weapon. His only weapon is Sankirtan. He just wants to tell everyone, just chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, irrespective of caste, creed, color of the skin, whatever, which even a sinner, like we saw Jagai Madai, and then we saw Haridas Thakur, he was born in a Muslim family. All kind of people, does not matter where we are. All we have to do is start chanting. Immediately the process will, start cleaning our heart. Our mind will become clean, heart will become clean, everything will become perfect. So that was the instruction of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Please chant. And he is very, very kind, very merciful. Everybody was attracted to him. When he was born, also, he was very, very attractive, perfectly formed features. So people, wherever he went, people would look at him because of his that golden complexion and his eyes and his everything, And people are just attracted to his chanting also, his singing and dancing. About Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Can someone read this? Hare Krishna.
Shall I read, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji.
About Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Desiring to understand the glory of Radharani's love, the wonderful qualities in him that she alone relishes through her love, and the happiness she feels when she realizes the sweetness of his love, the Supreme Lord Hari, richly endowed with her emotions, appeared from the womb of Srimati Sachi Devi as the moon appeared from the ocean. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the source of energy for all his devotees. He is Mahavadanya-vatara, the most magnanimous incarnation of the Lord. He does not consider the offenses of the fallen souls. In order to take full benefit of the Hare Krishna.
Oh, sorry. Yes, Mataji. He does not consider the offenses of the fallen souls.
Mataji, you can, I'm not able to read that. You can continue, Mataji. I'll try to.
He does not consider the offenses of the fallen souls. In order to take full benefit of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, we must first take shelter of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared. Intention is given here. Desiring to understand the glory of Radharani's love. So, Krishna is to wonder about how much she loves me. What is so special about me? He wanted to experience the sweetness. So when he appeared, actually, the time was so perfect. Actually, he stayed in his mother's womb for a very long time, for 13 months, it says. Then he appeared, the constellation, the stars were all aligned very beautifully. It was so beautiful. And then the time was so auspicious because the lunar eclipse was just, after the lunar eclipse, people take bath and they chant, they dip themselves in the river. And this was what was happening when he was born. Everybody was chanting Hari Hari and Hare Krishna Mahamantra and all the Lord's name was being chanted all over India. So, it was such a beautiful time. And then his grandfather, Nilambar, also, he was an astrologer and he predicted. He said, this person, this baby, can actually deliver the three worlds, And he had such beautiful features. Like his footprints also were like just like Krishna's. His mother once, when she was feeding him, she noticed that his foot had all those marks. So she showed it to her father also, Jagannath Mishra, and he was like, yes, this is so special. But they did not consider anything special about him. For them, he was the child. That's all. They were too much in love with him because there are many incidents where there were just like in Krishna's pastimes, how Yashoda Maya keeps on hearing complaints about Krishna. His father also used to hear some complaints about Nimai, and he used to ask him things and to sometimes chastise him. Then others used to say, there were people who said, it's okay, he's a child. And some used to say, don't you even know who he is? He's like Narayan himself. Then he used to say, his father used to say, whatever it is, right now he's appeared as my son, and it's my duty to, correct him. I'm his father. So they were in that parental mode. But, just like Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj, for them, he was just a baby, just like that. But as we know from Bhagavad Gita, there are many people who looked at Chaitanya Mahaprabhu who didn't even realize who he was. Just like when Krishna was here, not everyone recognized him. So Krishna himself says, fools deride me when I descend in the human form. They don't know his transcendental nature. So they, make mistakes. They commit offenses. Then when he was born, another thing happens is it's so beautiful. And just like when Krishna was born, there's, you see, all of them, it was actually a secret because Kamsa was waiting to kill all the babies. He had sent a message, right? Remember, all the newborns born within those 10 days. He wanted to kill all the babies in that or the surrounding area. So it was all very secret. But we see how much love Krishna got from all the gopis and all the others. Same way, when Nimai was born, a lot of people visited. They say demigods themselves came and went. So this Advaita Acharya's wife, she also came. She brought very beautiful, opulent gifts for him, and she called him Nimai. He was born under a neem tree. That's why Nimai, and it's a very auspicious tree. So it was like as if no, it's like giving a very nice auspicious name. So it's like she called him Nimai, and then he lived. He was there. He was there on this planet for 48 years. So in Chaitanya Charitamrita, first 24 years is all about his, just before he became a sannyasi, how was his life and all that. That is Adi Lila. And then 6 years is Madhya Lila. After he took sannyasi, 6 years. He traveled also a lot. For 6 years he traveled. And that's the time when he came to South. So that's during that time, Madhya Lila. And the last 18 years, he stayed in Jagannath Puri. He didn't go anywhere. So that is Antya Lila. So all these Leelas and all the pastimes and what happened, uh, all the events, incidents, everything was recorded by the devotees. Is all his intimate associates. And through them, we got to know everything because now Chaitanya Charitamrita is ready, which is giving us all the information that was collected from all his close associates. That's how we know about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then let's see what's given here. Okay. Brajendra Nandanaye, Sachi Sutta Hailase, Balram Haila Nitai. The son of Shachi is none other than the son of Mother Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj. And Nityananda Prabhu is the same Balram. Narottama Das Thakur says this, saying the son of Shachi is the son of Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj. That is Krishna only. Then see where he was born. See, people are all taking holy dips in the river after the lunar eclipse. So it was a nice time. It's like everybody's chanting. They welcome him with loud chants. And these are some incidents from his early childhood. See, when he is a small child here, like, maybe a toddler, around, not even a toddler, maybe like 2, 3 years, maybe around 2, when he was a baby, that is what it says. What happened once when he was a baby, a very poisonous snake, cobra, like, such a dangerous snake came. And then when the baby saw that snake, he actually started playing with it. And the snake just coiled and he actually slept on it. So when his parents saw that his head is, on the snake and is the coiled snake over there and the baby's sleeping and playing and they got very scared. It was actually touching the snake and all. They were, shocked. But the snake did nothing. It just slithered away. Nothing happened. So this incident is like they could not forget, because that's something that, snakes and babies, it's like very shocking for them. And then this second incident here, Hari Hari, Nima used to cry a lot. And then the moment they started chanting, he would stop crying. He was very happy. He was very calm and very happy. Again, if he cries, that's the only way to stop him from crying. So people learned that, and they used to just start singing and chanting the Lord's name. And that's one way of keeping the baby calm. So they learned that Limai loved to hear Hari's name. And he used to smile broadly, like, very beautiful smiles he used to give when they chanted. Then there is third incident which is given here. Two thieves actually robbed, they kidnapped Nimai actually. They saw him, he was nicely dressed. He had so many jewels on him. They saw all the jewelry. They thought, let us take the child and go. They took the child and ran. They went into the forest. They roamed here, there, everywhere. What happened was Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, with his, magic, that is because of his influence of his potency, deluding potency, they could not do anything. Actually, they got so confused. They went everywhere. They lost direction. When they came back on full circle, they were back at Jagannath Mishra's house. So they were like, how did we even land here? Because they got very confused. That's all because of Nimai only. Then when they came there, they saw a lot of people over there and they thought they'll get beaten now. They dropped the child and ran away. So nothing happened to Nimai. Nimai was safe. And then there is one more incident given here where Nimai is eating something. There's this Brahmana. Once a Brahmana appears in Jagannath Mishra's house, he says, I want to prepare something for the Lord. So he says, yes, yes, sure, you can cook yourself. And they make arrangements for that. This Brahmana cooks something very nice for for Bhog, for Vishnu. And then he's about to offer and he's asking the Lord to come and accept the Bhog. And Nimai appears and starts eating. So he says, this child has ruined my food. He gets very upset, spoiled the offering. He tells his father, your child actually did this and he's ruined this. So Nimai gets very sad and he says, please, you can cook again. So he does that again. Nimai will come and eat it up. And then he says, this is not working. He did it again. So this time I'll say, okay, anyway, it's night. I'll take the baby and go lock him up. He'll not come and disturb you. You can cook what you want. So it's actually night. So they also go and rest. He makes prasadam, he makes nice footstep for the Lord. And then Nimai again appears. Again he comes. He's like, how did this child appear again? He's again come to disturb me. Then he says, Nimai will actually show him his form. Brahmana actually saw him as Vishnu. And then he says, you called me. You said, come and eat. So I have come here. I'm very pleased with your devotion. And I'm eating the footsteps that you prepared. So what, that was your desire. And Brahmana is so, he can't believe it. He's actually seeing Vishnu. He says, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. He's so overwhelmed with ecstatic love for this little child. He knows, oh, this is none other than Krishna only. This happened during Krishna's pastime also. When Krishna is a baby, all these similar things happened. Then next one is, see here, the child is given here. Nimai accepts offering of Jagdish and Hiranya Pandita. He'll tell his father, please go to this house of Hiranya Pandit and bring me food from there. They have made some nice offerings for the Lord. So his father listens to him. He goes. This Hiranya Pandit's house is 2 kilometers away. When he goes there, he'll tell, this is what my child told. And they're all surprised. How did the child even know that we, prepared all these items and he wanted to have all this? So they think this child is special. He has some kind of, special, or what do you say, special qualities to him. And then he was also very naughty in the sense he used to go near the Ganges, where all the girls used to offer some kind of prayers to the Lord. They wanted nice husbands, so they used to do all the prayers and puja and all. They used to go and trouble them. They say, you give me all the offerings, you worship me, I'll bless you, I'll bless you such that you'll have such wonderful husbands and you'll have 8 or 9 children also. nicely, you'll have sons and all. He used to tell like that. And then he used to also say, if you don't give me anything, all the things that you have brought, and if you don't worship me, then I'm going to curse you. You'll have very old husbands, and you'll have 4 co-wives also. They'll have other wives also. He used to curse, and they would get scared. This boy is talking like this. So they used to give him something, they used to worship him, like just to please him, because he used to talk like that so convincingly. Then, then there is this incident where, after offering the bhog, the mud made of the clay pots and all that are made, the pots are all thrown away. So Nimai went and used to go and sit on that. Once he went and sat on that, and then his mother was like, I have to wash you now. You become dirty. And then he ate something also. He ate some mud, dirt. So his mother, just like Krishna also ate some dirt, if you remember. His mother said, open your mouth, and he showed the whole universe. And inside the universe, there was Yashoda and Krishna. She was getting so bewildered by all that. She got so bewildered, she lost her consciousness only. So same way here, he's eating mud. His mother says, you should not eat that. Then he'll say, mother, everything is coming from dirt only. You give me rice or you give me sweets, that is also coming of dirt. So he says, he's saying like, what is the difference? It's more philosophical actually. But then such a small boy throws this question at the mother. She is not a very, she's just a mother. In spite of that, she answers this question to him. She says, everything is the same, but when you eat food grains produced from dirt, that will nourish your body. But if you eat dirt, you'll fall sick. That is not going to nourish your body. So she'll somehow convince him, and she'll say, you should not do this. So like this, we see things that happened, all the incidents that took place in his childhood are very similar to what we read in Krishna book, because there is Krishna only. He's kind of enjoying the same kind of pastimes again. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted sannyas. He was married and he accepted sannyas. He renounced because of he wanted everyone to hear him and take Sankirtan moment very seriously. He wanted the message to be heard properly. So when he was a sannyasi, people respected him more and paid more attention. This is about Chand Kazi. We all know about that. There were some demons, some very people who are not devotees. They went and complained about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his chanting to Kazi, who was the district magistrate. So they went and told Chand Kazi that he is disturbing a lot. He has all this Sankirtan and everything, and everybody is being troubled by that. So Kazi says, okay, fine. From tomorrow we are stopping this. We're not allowing them to have Sankirtan. But then one big, huge Sankirtan party, hundreds and thousands of people went on the street and they started chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And they chanted nicely. They were walking and their voices were like heard by everyone. So when so many people were walking, this Chandkasi got very scared. He went and hid himself somewhere. And then when Nimai went and he personally spoke to him, and then he reassured him. He called him uncle. And then he had also a talk about how eating cow is not recommended, and what happens if you eat a cow, and that you'll incur a lot of sins. He'll have to go to hell and all that. He'll explain so many things. And somehow Chandkazi is very convinced. He also says that in the night, after he actually stopped, they broke the drums and stopped the Sankirtan. When he went to bed, there was this creature that came in his dream that, which looked like half human, half lion, and it had long nails and very, scary teeth that actually scratched his chest. He says, see, the marks are still there. So then he says, this is what happened. Then that is Narsimhadev, because he stopped the Sankirtan, so he had to face that. Narsimhadev personally came and, kind of told him that was not right. Then he discloses all this to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, yes, cow is like a mother, And do you eat your mother? Will you chop your mother and eat? So what? This is not right, isn't it? And after hearing him, he becomes so convinced that he'll stop all that. He becomes very, very sober, and then he allows Sankirtan moment, and he'll say, nobody will stop it now. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, he tells him he doesn't want anybody stopping that, and he also says, yes, on my people, whoever the future, whoever is handling this responsibility, they also will not stop the Sankirtan movement. So that way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is very convincing, just like Krishna, because they are none other, they both are same. So only Narayana himself or his bona fide representative can preach the cult of Vaishnavism or devotional service. When a Vaishnava is born, he delivers both his maternal and paternal families simultaneously. This is given in Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela 14.17. Okay. So this is Lord's lotus feet. See, his lotus feet, which is just like Krishna's lotus feet. Okay. Whoever, chants and whoever glorifies Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Krishna, definitely they'll get the highest benediction. It says, they will get love of Krishna and they'll also go back to Goloka Vrindavan. This is all given in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Bhagavatam. So next is Nityananda Prabhu. What we'll do is, we'll do Nityananda Prabhu and the rest of the Panchatattva Prabhujis, whoever we have, we'll do next session. Because that will take another 45 minutes. We'll do that. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you for sharing
Krishna
the
Mataji.
link.
Hare
Nice
Krishna.
to.
Sorry, I was
Hare-
slightly late. Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
So I think we'll stop the. How do I stop?